Hi guys! So today I'm going to be talking about Keat. Keat is one of my friends from 2 years ago. I met him, or we met because we were staying in the same student hostel and we were going to the same foundation college. So what happened was, yeah, we met during orientation and all that kind of thing. And the funny thing was when I first met Keat, I didn't actually think that our friendship would go far. I hate to admit this, but it's true. Reason being, he was one of those um, Chinese educated friends I have. I'm not saying Chinese schools are bad or anything, no, but he was one of those super innocent kinds of people. He was like, okay, I'm sure some of you with Chinese school friends would know. They are like innocent little bunnies, and then right beside them, you feel like you're a giant crocodile. And he was one of those friends where it would be awkward to make a dirty joke around. Any innuendos, any jokes, anything about clubbing, gambling. He was like this new species to me because he was so innocent to everything. You kind of wondered how he grew up not being exposed to all of these things, but he did it and he managed. It just amazed me and it still amazes me now. Um, he's no longer like that, of course, and yeah, so because of that, actually, because he was from Chinese school, I managed to click with him because I used to be Chinese educated when I was in primary school and then I transferred to Lodge. So, um, so we have a lot of like Chinese school people will always have this special bond no matter which school you're from. It's completely different from being a pure English educated school. Your values are different, culture is different, the way your opinions, the way you see people, completely different. And so I was happy to have him around to talk to. And who knew our friendship stuck? And his innocence has actually taught me that innocence in this society is just undervalued. People just don't think that's important anymore. It's nowadays when you see, and it's shocking to me because nowadays people are so okay with this. They're okay with kids and toddlers losing their innocence so fast. And I'm not talking about virginity. I'm speaking about innocence. Just the idea, okay, where they can watch, say, not even watch. Okay, let's see. I have seen and heard primary school kids that's like 7 years old, 7 to I don't know, 12, and the 7 year olds or 6 year olds, those little kids, they're running around screaming swear words at other people. I mean, and I'm not talking about the soft swear words. I'm not talking about stuff that starts with a D or starts with an A, stuff like that. No, I'm talking about F word, and it's amazing. Maybe it's just a I don't know, but it shocks me every single time. And I'm not talking about in Australia. This is back home. So if you're talking about the difference between Aussie culture and Asian cultures, nah, this is from Asian culture back home. And little kids are running around screaming, F you, F that, F this, and then kids are talking back to teachers. It horrifies me in a way. And I think so many people just treat this as a normal thing that it's so scary. This shouldn't be normal. Kids shouldn't learn how to swear. I mean, when I was a kid, I knew what swear words were, but you don't use them. It was like, I don't know. It was like a forbidden. It was a forbidden word. Where has the respect gone? And anyway, sorry, going off the topic. And right, so and 2 days ago, Get had yesterday, Get helped me open the door to the NG building. He didn't have to, and and it's winter right now, so it's freaking cold at night. And yet he still came over and opened the door for me, and I found that really, really sweet. And that's one of Get's qualities. He's really loyal, sweet, and he's just selfless. He's one of the people with the biggest hearts that I know of. Um, he he's just a sweetheart, and he doesn't really think of himself when he does things. If any of his friends have problems, you're going through something hard, he will be there for you, even at his expense. I know that sometimes when I go down to the city and I don't want to be alone, be it for grocery shopping or dinner or it's just something, he will always willingly come with me, and he's such a gentleman. Like he'll help me or offer to carry my things, and all the things like that. I find qualities like that so lost. So many guy friends I've been out with, they don't offer to do anything. They just stand around, which is fine if you're talking about gender equality and all that. But I'm just saying, chivalry is not dead. And also, what else? He has he is the first person and last person I think to have ever seen me drunk. I mean, drunk off my face, drunk. Like, seriously, I was gone. And he was there, and what amazes me was this was 2 years ago when he was super innocent, and somehow he still managed to handle me, like, through all that. I'm not gonna describe what happens when a person's drunk. I'll just assume you know. And all that he handled me, like he actually safely made sure that I got back to my room. I did fall on B's bed. She was my roommate. Stumbled a bit before I went to my bed, but he basically managed to get me safely back to my room and took care of me. I mean, from yeah, he didn't take care of me in my room, but he took care of me, brought me back to my room, and then he left. And he made sure I was safe, and then he left. And I still remember when I was sick, when I had fever and I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling life. I was feeling really, really lifeless. Okay, and you know how I'm one of those people where when I'm sick, I act like death is upon me. So, but really, I was really, really sick that time. I think it was because I was getting used to the cold weather and all that. And he went to our landlady and stuff, and he requested that she make a bowl of porridge for me, or congee, whatever you guys want to call it. And yeah, he it was really, really sweet, and he managed to um, take a container of it from her. And then when I woke up, he helped me heat it up and all that kind of stuff. He made sure I had food, and when we went out, I think we went to visit Yvonne that night, and he made sure that I took my medicine on time. He's really cute. He's like this mother hen, and yeah, that kind of caring is just awesome. And um, he is also one of those uplifting people where if you feel down, if you feel sad for whatever reason, and if you feel really, really low on your self-esteem that day, then he'll boost your spirits. He'll just say something nice to you, or he'll try to do something sweet or funny and make you laugh. And I just remember a lot of our times were spent in the park near my house. Because yeah, I used to stay near a park, so we would go to the swings at night, even though it was like 1 or 3 a.m. Doesn't matter, and he would still, accompany me, and it was great. We had a lot of talks, and he still accompanied me last year, even though he doesn't stay near there anymore. And it's nice. I think swings or playgrounds are where people bond the most. Just my opinion. And um, he's also he's one of those friends who has explored Melbourne with me when everyone else was afraid of the big bad city, where everyone was trying to. I mean, I don't blame people. They were getting accustomed to a new city. It was daunting, but people deal with it differently. I was one of those people that wanted to go out and see Melbourne and travel and go to all these little alleyways and figure out what's there and all that kind of stuff. It was all a big game to me, and he would come along with me to trips to God knows where, to different suburbs. To us, at that time, different suburbs was like a whole new universe. Reason being, we could get lost, and which we did. I remember us trekking along Glenferrie at night, and we ended up in a completely different suburb after that, and on foot. And it's awesome. I mean, we have a lot of good memories together. And besides that, because of him, because of his companionship, I found so many cool restaurants or hangout spots. It's because of his willingness to come with me, his support, and his support for me making this video. I mean, these videos as well. This project, he's voiced his support, and I'm really grateful for that. And also, um, when I remember the rest of our friends wanting to walk back, like if we went for dinner or something, they would not walk back, but our friends would want to take the trams. I don't know why, but they want to take the trams even though we could easily have walked up and things like that. They wanted to, take the shortcut, and then Get would never abandon me. He would always be willing to walk on foot, and we would walk on foot back together. We would walk all the way from our place all the way down to the city, which would have taken like a good half hour or 40 minutes. And yeah, it was fun. It was awesome. So yeah, thanks, Kev, for a lot of awesome memories, and thank you for opening the door for me yesterday night when I was stuck outside. And I'm glad to have you in my life. So there you go, today's book, yeah. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.